Hello and welcome to another update video about RNDR, render token. We are still dealing with the situation that we have an unreliable leading diagonal here. Now we start to see some selling pressure. I mean, in the last few videos, we already saw bearish divergences, okay, appear. So they are certainly warnings. These bearish divergences, we can still see them actually on the daily chart, for example. Very clear bearish divergences. That indicate that something is coming. Yes, some kind of a reaction to the downside should be coming. Now with the latest red candles here, we also see that on the daily chart, the MACD is reducing negative momentum and we might get a bearish crossover here. And I think if we really get a sustained bearish crossover on the daily MACD, then this rally might be over for now and we are finally heading down into our wave 2 support area. I think in the last video or the video before, I gave you a support area for wave 2. That's the area in which, that will prepare us for the drop in a wave 2, because after this leading diagonal, which is an unreliable structure, diagonals are unreliable, so they are difficult to trade. You can make money after the diagonal finished. Often that's easier in my opinion. For example, as a pullback trade in the wave 2, to trade the third wave, because the thing is with these diagonals, so you need to know either they fail, and you make new bear market lows, or if they hold, and then it would be typically this area between the 80 cent level in this case and 147, so between the 78.6 and the 50% fib level, whereas normally after a diagonal you would be looking at lower, so the lower range of the box. If it holds, the next wave up should be very bullish because it would be a third wave rally. Because it's a leading diagonal itself, it doesn't really have any targets. So it doesn't really know where it's going. The market doesn't really know yet. It goes as long as it goes, and at some point it will get exhausted. Then it will break down, but then it will break down rapidly and will most likely hit this retracement zone, which is still up to date. Let me just double check that. Yeah, it's still up to date. So yeah, from the mindset point of view, for me, it would be like, if it gets into this region, it might be worth a pullback trade. Until then, it goes until it goes, right? It can always go higher, but obviously the risk is there that with a bearish divergence in the background, this is going to come down at some point. It is in a channel, in an ascending channel. As long as it's in the channel, it's obviously constrained by the channel. It can always move a little higher, for example. But the thing is, again, the daily, we start to see these divergences appear. Now, they are only an indicator, so price always needs to confirm. See if we see anything on the, do we see anything on the 4-day chart? Yeah, I mean, on the 4-day chart, we have an even more significant bearish divergence, in my opinion. So we start to see that. It's still in the bullish range, though, but that could indicate that, we might be in that overall uptrend, but we are going to see that deeper pullback. But again, you always, just by one red 4-day candle, I wouldn't want to confirm, this is coming down now. It's way too early, but I want to highlight the risk of these bearish divergences, okay? And obviously we're in this trend channel, which is not super reliable. In my opinion, in diagonals, such a trend channel always gives a sense of false security because a trend channel can change easily, But yeah, again, it's not an impulse structure, so it's less reliable by itself. There are structures that have impulses in the crypto market at the moment. This one here doesn't. And because it doesn't have an impulse, it's just by the very nature of what it is, less reliable. You have all these overlaps. There's nothing, there's nothing that would tell me it couldn't be a WXY structure to the upside or something, and that will follow through in an impulse to the downside. That's the problem with these diagonals. We discussed diagonals in the member live stream on the weekend in detail. This is everything. The thing is, it follows the diagonal until it's exhausted. And for me, the most reliable setup that's here on this chart now is a pullback into this support area. When it arrives there, to attempt a long trade. Now, that's not telling you to do. It's just a reasonable setup, in my opinion. But obviously, as long as it's in the channel, you can attempt to trade it, but be ready for a lot of headwinds. All right, that's my update about Render. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.